Bahamas is one of the most vulnerable island states in respect to the consequences of climate change. We are in the alleyway of hurricanes in the Caribbean. Our country lies over 100,000 square miles. Our highest point is 206 feet above sea level, and it's in a very, very small place. The rest of my country is on less than 3 meters above sea level. So we are here to sensitize the industrialized world to the importance of adhering to the commitments they have made over the many years, over the last 28 years, to move to reduce our carbon footprints, to assist in adaptation for small island developing states, live up to their commitments to ensure that the finance gap, which has been determined to be near $2 to $5 trillion, is met and filled. And that is why we are here. And it is important that the world understands, particularly the industrialized world, that countries like ours, small island developing states like ours, are no longer seeing this as a threat. It is now an actuality. Well, time is for action. Last year, I indicated that we're getting nowhere. We've been meeting for the last 28 years. What has been the result? In our region, more frequent hurricanes. They are more intense. In other areas of the world, you see your sandstorms. You see the heat waves. The world has seen its hottest period ever. You see flooding in various regions, wildfires in certain regions, and nothing has happened. So clearly, for 28 years, very little has been done to curb the challenges that we're seeing today. Well, yeah, I am an optimist, and I don't intend to give up. I'll continue knocking on the doors. I'll continue advocating until we come to appreciate what is happening. I think the narrative has to be changed as well. We've been talking about climate justice, and what we are now recognizing that it's not about climate justice. I think industrialized world have to appreciate that it is in their own enlightened self-interest to do something. Otherwise, they themselves will be devoured by the consequence of climate change, devoured either by climate refugees and themselves losing they're losing GDP by about 30% if nothing happens within the next 10, 20 years. Well, I could say this. My spirit was lifted and my optimism was fueled by hearing the new president who was just appointed from the region, from the UAE, his commitment to move away from talk to action, his commitment particularly to small island dwelling states like ours, and I think we may see something coming out of this. We have to stop talking, we have to act.